coming to you live with the gameplay this evening. I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you guys of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix 1.5 Final Mix. This tutorial is going to basically be commentary from me, as well as some tips on leveling up your character, the storyline, the gameplay. So for anybody that's never played Kingdom Hearts before, this is going to be an eye-opening experience for you. Make sure that you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment. Definitely comment if you never played, you have questions, I can definitely answer them for you. But we're going to get into this, and throughout the whole entire thing is going to be a lot of different things I'm going to share with you guys. So the first one we're going to be doing here in the tutorial is going to be the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Now for me, my personal feeling about the game is I love it. I'm a major Kingdom Hearts fan, so much so that I have actually King Mickey tattooed on my arm. The reason why I'm such a huge fan of this game is not only the cinematics, but it's a different play on Disney. What I like about it is that it's not Disney how people think it is. It's like Disney with a dark twist. So we're going to start out with a new game. I'm going to let the cinematics play. I want you guys to see and hear the cinematics. It really does tie into the story. And then once we start playing, I'll start giving you guys some overviews. And then just a little bit of, once again, like, you know, why I'm just feeling and liking the game. Alright, so let's get into this. Definitely you can start on any mode. I've played them on all modes. I'm gonna do proud mode. I've beat it on beginners and final mix. But make sure if you are a beginner, start on beginner, because the harder it goes, it really can get like super hard. And they made sure that when they did this HD Final Remix that they made this gameplay very interesting. So play at your comfort level. Now if you are you know, somebody who's a go-getter and you ready to just jump right into it, hey, start off on the hardest level. It's going to be a challenge for you, but it's always good to challenge yourself. Alright, I'm going to let the cinematics play for you guys. Drop your comments if you have any questions in the meantime, and then we're going to get right into this tutorial gameplay here.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately.
And let me tell you, this opening is really clutch. Like, they knew what they were doing when they was making this game. Dope part about this intro is the music. They really think of their stuff when they do it too. And I love how Square Enix, the way they make their games, they have that little play on anime. And I'm a fan of anime, going back to my Sailor Moon days. Shout out to anybody out there that loves Sailor Moon. But yeah, you know, it's amazing how they do the stuff with these games. Now you're going to get a little bit more of an introduction of these characters once the game starts. But what you're seeing so far with the main guy here, his name is Sora. The girl that you just seen, her name is Kairi. And then the other guy that you've seen briefly is Riku. We'll get more into those characters and their backstories. And obviously as the game progresses, you know, you're going to see what the story envelops with them. But, you know, I'll give you my own little take on the characters and, you know, what I think about, you know, how they did the game. You know, one thing that's very interesting too is when they did this HD remake, I originally played Kingdom Hearts when it came out in 2002 for the PS2 platform. You know, obviously technology has boomed, and what I really love is they put time and attention into detail to doing an HD remake. And when I mean doing time and detail, I mean they didn't just throw something together and say, here, we have an HD remake for these different platforms. They really went in there and did some, you know, rendering to the gameplay in order for it to really like show all of the content and quality that Kingdom Hearts has to offer. So that was the brief little intro there for everybody that's out there watching in YouTube land. Once again, I want to give shout out to everybody that has, you know, popped on my page and watching this live stream tutorial of Kingdom Hearts. Once again, like, subscribe, share, and comment. I appreciate the comments. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to shoot me a question and I will answer it for you. All right, everybody, we are going to get into this gameplay here. So what we're looking at here in the beginning of this game is Sora is getting ready to start his journey. He will be the main character of this game. What the words are saying on the screen is basically he is going to have to choose how he wants to start his journey. This is going to be the most important part of the game. Make sure that you read over the tutorial prompts really well if you are a beginner. If you are a person who's played this before but want a refresher or a little bit of different perspective on it, I would say still read the tutorial stuff, only because this is a final mix. So they've added some new things into the game as well that wasn't in the original game, and you want to make sure you don't skip over anything when you're getting ready to play. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with this. Alright, so at this portion of the game, we are at a point where this is called the Awakening. You will have to choose how you want your game play to develop. What that means is you will have to choose between one of these three, and right now you have a sword, a staff, and a shield. You have to choose between these three. You have to choose one and you have to sacrifice one. In doing so, that is going to determine what your stats are going to be in the game. So it's going to determine what you start off with your strength, your defense, your MP, which is going to be your magic points, your AP, which is going to be your ability points, and also your item slots. How many items you're going to be able to hold, like potions, ether, etc. So what I want to let you guys know is there is a little bit of a chart or a cheat sheet to kind of let you know where your strength level would be if you play. You can definitely find that online. If you Google Kingdom Hearts walkthrough, it will show you about the slots, but I'm gonna just give you a brief overview. So if you were to choose your staff and sacrifice the shield, you will start out with 5 strength point, 1 defense point, 3 MP, 3 AP, and then you'll have 6 item slots. If you were to choose your staff and sacrifice the shield, you would be starting out with 3 strength, 3 defense, 3 MP, and 3 AP. So you would have even abilities across the board starting out with that if you chose the staff and sacrificed your sword. If you were to choose the shield and sacrifice your staff, you would start out with 5 strength points, 4 defense, 2 MP, and 1 AP. So you want to choose really carefully. It totally is your choice because you are going to be able to level up throughout the game, and you will be able to choose how and when to do so, but it's better to kind of know and gauge where you're going to start off at because it helps with your gameplay. With me, I like to kind of be more on the stronger side, so I generally, for me, I go with the sword and I sacrifice the staff. So let's go ahead and do that here. Now in doing so, with me choosing that combo, I'm going to be starting out with 6 points of strength, which I really gonna want, because I am playing it on critical mode. I definitely want to be a little bit stronger in the beginning. Now, if I was playing in the beginning mode, I would recommend people to start on an even level. Starting on an even level for you is going to give you even gameplay, and it's not going to be too overwhelming for you. But again, if you like to take initiative and jump out there and try new things, hey, choose whatever combo you feel is going to work for you. Alright, so I made my choices of how I'm going to start off in the game. So I basically chose my strength level. We're going to move on in the game. Now, just to give you kind of a little bit more of an overview of Kingdom Hearts, when this game was originally made, they really didn't have Disney in mind, because there is an additional storyline to Kingdom Hearts. However, they got the licensing from Disney to go ahead and to use certain characters, and it really kicked off in the way that the storyline progressed. So for me, I feel like if Disney wasn't even a part of this, I don't know how this game would be. I probably would be a little bit iffy about it. So and then it's basically the nostalgia of Disney too. At this point, you move on with the tutorial, still kind of just giving you a walkthrough in the beginning about your attacks, what buttons to use. So again, I cannot stress enough emphasis on making sure you read the entire tutorial screens when they pop up. For example, like now I have on the screen, it says the green gauge displays your hit points, which is your HP or your health. So if you look down at the bottom right of your screen, you will see a little picture of him. Above that you see blue, and below that you see green. The blue is his magic points or his MP that he can use throughout the game, and the HP is obviously his health. Those are things you want to pay attention to. You don't want to skip over those things too fast. I mean, they are smaller details, and yes, after a while they're self-explanatory, but again, if there's someone that you've never played this before, you definitely want to pay attention to those details. And with this being a final mix, they have thrown additional things in there, so you don't really want to skip over anything. Alright, so now we're getting into the fun part of this. This is what I love about the game. So the characters that you see before you are called the Heartless. What they do is they pry and they prey on people who have what is known as darkness in their hearts. So anyone that has a dark heart or a dark will basically can lose their heart to the Heartless. I'm not going to give you too much details on that. I don't want to tell you about the whole game, but those are what those little characters are. And there's different forms of Heartless that you will see throughout the game, but that is what the main purpose of a Heartless is, or one of the main purposes of what a Heartless is and what it does. This is an important part of the tutorial as well. This is allowing you to lock onto your character. For those who weren't able to see it on the screen, locking onto your character is going to be trigger R run. So you want to just lock on it. It allows you to have a more successful attack. I toggle between both because it really honestly depends. If you're fighting multiple Heartless that are in multiple areas, I don't like to just lock onto one because one can come behind you and jump. But that comes with time and repetition. Once you know how to play a little bit more and get your groove and your flow as far as how you want to do things, you'll definitely find what works better for you. If you are a person who needs to lock onto your character because it makes the gameplay better for you, or just your little vice of how you do things, definitely do it. But just play around with it. You're going to find your fighting techniques. You're going to find what works for you. You're going to find things that don't work for you. I know what works for me is to target my enemy, but also not to target them at the same time. It really depends on the fight, who I'm fighting, and what I'm doing. Alright, so moving right along to this part of the tutorial. This right here is showing you items that you are going to pick up throughout the game. Throughout the game, you are going to see different treasure chests throughout the whole entire game, some big, some small. And this is just real simple, showing you how to open them. So how you do that is you use the command or the triangle, button on your, controller to open it up. Very self-explanatory. So stand in front of it. As soon as you see the command on your left-hand side, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I think I skipped over that for you guys. On your left-hand side of your screen, you'll see your little command bar. Usually it's lit up with attack, items, magic, party, so on and so forth. Right now it's just lit up with obviously attack, but anytime you get close to something that you can either pick up or you can open up, you will get a command that will come above your command bar. So anytime you see open, just go ahead and follow the prompt to open it. Now obviously when you do open something, it will tell you the item that you get, but it's just kind of, kind of a little elementary here, showing you how to just open up stuff. Now this part, I'm gonna give you my own little advice on this. This wants you to try to like move the crate and everything. I never use that in the game because they don't come in handy. Number one, you're going to get abilities where you're not even going to have to use these crates. But even in instances where there are different worlds that you go to that have these, there's generally an easier way to either get up on the platform or to maneuver yourself. However, for game's sake, I'm just going to go through it the way it wants me to. So for this, it wants me literally just to break the crate. So it's just going to be as simple as attacking it. So again, you can use your lock command, which is R1, to lock onto it, attack it until it breaks. What you just seen is that I got an item and it brought up the item command for you. So these tutorials that it offer you, they're really, honestly, in my opinion, games that take time to really give you an adequate walkthrough of your gameplay is ultimately important. What I don't like is a game that's really vague and you have to do too much figuring out. Like, I don't mind having to figure out some things, but you kind of want to know general stuff, and it's really hard if you don't have that. So I love, the time and detail they put into this. This is another object it wants you to lock on to. So locking on to this barrel. Now with this, you can lift this and you can throw it. Again, that goes back to what I was telling you. You're not going to use stuff like this. I don't even use them against the enemies. But for you guys out there who've never played this, I'll show it to you. Maybe it will work for you. So you can pick them up, you can throw them at enemies, you can break them. A lot of times, crates and barrels, they don't have anything in them. They are really used for you to get on a platform, but again, they give you so many different moves in this game, abilities that you're going to learn, that it's really, you don't really have to use them. You are going to come across areas where you're going to have to open doors or go maybe into a different area. So that goes back to making sure you watch your command bar. If it does tell you to examine something or open something, just follow that command. Alright, and once we get through this tutorial, I'm going to still give you a little bit more about the gameplay here. Kind of just want to get you guys set up for success. That is my thing when it comes to games, especially that I love, is setting you up for success. Again, please comment any questions. If you feel like I've already covered something in length and in detail, please let me know, because sometimes I can ramble and I don't want to keep rambling. So yeah, keep me on my toes, and I'm here for anything that you guys need. Alright, so we are at the part of the game where you're going to choose how quick and fast you level up in this game. It literally is important, because if you choose to level up fast, how it works in this game is between 0 to 50 points. You're gonna level up really quick. Once you hit 50 skill points, you level up very slowly. If you choose to level up slower in the game, 0 to 50, you're gonna just level up a little bit slower, and then once you hit 50, you'll start leveling up faster. I do not recommend either of those two. The reason for that is, if you're new to playing this game, you definitely don't want to level up slower, because then it's going to take you a very long time to obtain abilities that you may need when it comes to critical fights. Secondly, you don't want to level up too fast, because you are going to get to a point in the game where the Heartless and the creatures in the game and the different bosses do get tougher. And there are going to be abilities that you are going to want and need that you're not going to be able to get, because after you hit that 50-point mark, you are going to start leveling up severely slower. I recommend leveling up at an even pace, and this is how you do so. It is based off of the commands that you choose, but it is really elementary. I didn't get it back in the day. I was like, dang, it's so hard, but it's easy now. So you're going to talk to each person. You have 3 people around you. This character I don't know much about. I think she's from a Final Fantasy game. They did, throw other characters from other games in this. But the other 2 people that you are going to talk to after her is from another one of my favorite game series, hands down. It is one of my favorites. I love the storyline. I can play it 1,000,001 times. We'll get into that later, and I may live stream that as a tutorial in the next upcoming days. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to talk to the people, and each of them are going to ask you a question. So the question she asked him is, what's most important to you? The options you have to choose from is being number 1, friendship, and my prized possession. What you want to do with leveling up evenly. So when I say leveling up evenly, and I want to just make sure people understand this, because I don't want there to be any confusion, that means you level up on an even kill. You don't level up too slow, and you don't level up too fast, but you get the right ability at the right time. Your strength is on an even kill, and it just makes for a better even gameplay. Again, I don't suggest leveling up faster or slower, because it can really hinder your gameplay. So I, again, want to level up on an even kill. So I'm going to choose the second option, which is going to be friendship. Next, I'm going to go over and I'm going to talk to Waka. Waka's going to ask me a question, and that question is, what do you want out of life? Giving me 3 options. Options being to see rare sights, to broaden my horizons, or to be strong. Again, I want to level up my person on an even kill throughout this game, so I'm going to go with to broaden my horizons. Lastly, I am going to go over to Titus, who is going to ask me my last question, which is, what are you so afraid of? The options that I am given is getting old, being different, or being indecisive. I would go ahead and choose being different, and that is going to start you off on an even kill. And then you just follow that all the way through. You just read the prompts on the screen. It's basically what it's doing is giving you an overview of what you chose. Now, if you're thinking about it and you're like, no, I want to level up a little bit faster, you are able to change your options before going ahead. But once you go ahead and you hit OK past this screen, you can't level up. You can't level up anymore. I mean, you can't change your options anymore after this. So I chose my options to level up. And we're going to go ahead and let this get into the next screen here. And also, while I'm on here, I just want to shout out a couple people here. I want to shout out my cousin Champ JJ. Follow him, subscribe, follow, like, comment. He appreciates it too. He's a gamer. Follow him again. That's Champ JJ. He has a really good YouTube page. He has a lot of different content up. Follow my nephew as well. He is a great videographer. Only 12 years old, but got skills out of this world. His YouTube page is J_Mega Moves. That's JAYE_Mega Moves. Like and subscribe, comment, and share on his page as well. And I also want to shout out from Twitter, Gamer Blessings, who not only followed me but liked my post and retweeted it about me live streaming. So again, shout out to everybody that's showing the love. I really do appreciate it. At this point, this tutorial is going to continue on. This is going to show you and give you the options about saving your gameplay. So let's get through this part again. This is the Heartless. This is just going to be some normal combat. Let me show you a little bit of my combat skills here. Alright, so those things that you've seen coming out of the Heartless, those are health orbs. I call them health orbs. If you heard a little bit, it started like buzzing or ringing or whatever. That's because my health points got low. If those health orbs are around, you can absorb them and it does bring your health points up. Obviously, if you don't have any, there's going to be different items in the games you use. If you guys will just take a look over to your left hand of the screen, I'm going to scroll down to items. Obviously, you're going to have different items that you can use. Now, the items do not auto generate into your items. You actually do have to equip them, and there's going to be a screen that comes up for that. But if need be, this is where the items will be that you would use to either regenerate health, regenerate your MP with ether. There's going to be elixirs that you can use to both fill up both MP and HP, and you'll get a lot of those throughout the game. So right here, if you look in front of you, you see this almost like a light or a vortex or an orb here on the ground. This is going to be where you save your game data. I cannot stress the importance of this. Let me tell you why. Even though with a lot of these new systems and a lot of these new games, there's a lot of these auto saves. However, going back to my old school gaming days, because I am an old school gamer, I believe in saving as much as you can, because even with autosave, if something was to happen and the game froze or whatever, and you were at a critical point in your game and you didn't save it personally, you just lucked out and you got to start all over again. And any of us who's ever had that happen, we know that that's not a good feeling. We don't like that, you know, at all. So definitely save all the time. Even if it's auto save, it still gives you an option to manually save. So save your data, people. Cannot express that, you know, way too much. Definitely is an important point here. So in a minute, I'm going to show you how to save your gameplay. The tutorial is moving along here. I'm going to be done with this tutorial soon, because I'm going to actually pop off here and do another live chat, some PvP of Mortal Kombat with my good friend Myers Devin 07. So I think this is actually a very good saving point, because this is giving you a little bit of a tutorial. I will do another video. Matter of fact, I will schedule another video tomorrow. I'll post it up. I'll probably do one maybe in the afternoon of this, and we can continue off it to be a part 2 on this. Again, everybody, I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to this live broadcasting stream of the tutorial of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Final Mix. Before we get out of here, let me show everybody how to do their saving thing. So obviously you're going to have your commands on your screen. Just follow the commands as it comes about. Go ahead and hit save. On this screen, you're going to see different options. Tomorrow, I will cover more of these options, but for right now, we are going to save our gameplay. So go ahead and hit save. And it's going to show you different files. Now, everybody's different. I know people who save data in different slots. I personally, since I have played this game so many times and beat it so many times, I only save in one slot, and I just save over stuff, because, not to toot my own horn, I'm pretty good, you know, at the game. But if you are a type of person who needs to go back to, you know, a previous something, and you don't want to save over previous save data, definitely utilize the slots. You have 99 slots you can use, so you definitely aren't going to run out of them. Go ahead and save this game data here. Once you get the confirmation that it is saved and it's up and you see it in the slot, you guys are all good to go. Again, thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. I appreciate the comments. All comments are welcome. All constructive criticism is welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be live streaming in about another 10 minutes Mortal Kombat. If you guys want to hop back on, that is going to be a sight for sore eyes because we got a couple of competitions we're going to be doing tonight. All right, guys? I'll talk to you guys soon. One love.